What's the most absurd reason your family wanted you to break up with someone? My Aunt Clara insisted I break up with my girlfriend, Sophie, because she was born under Scorpio, claiming it meant she was cursed with a vengeful spirit. I invited Sophie to a family barbecue and watched Clara try to pitch her theory to our town's librarian, who was also a Scorpio and an amateur astrologer. Sophie and I had been dating for 9 months when I brought her to meet my family at our annual summer cookout in our Toledo backyard. Everything was going smoothly. Sophie charmed my cousins with her quick wit, helped Dad flip burgers, and even won at cornhole against my competitive brother. Then Aunt Clara, who'd been sipping her lemonade too quietly, noticed Sophie's birth date on a party favor I'd made, listing fun facts about us. "You're a Scorpio?" Clara asked, her voice sharp, like she'd caught Sophie stealing her prized peach cobbler recipe. "Yeah, November 8th, Sophie said, smiling, unaware she'd just admitted to cosmic villainy in Clara's eyes. Clara's face turned ashen. She set her plate down and pulled Mom into the garage for a private talk. I overheard her hissing, "Laura, that girl's a Scorpio. She's trouble. Vindictive, secretive, cursed by the stars." Mom tried to calm her, but Clara was on a roll, citing some old astrology book she swore by. When they returned, Clara grabbed my arm, eyes wide, like she was saving me from doom. "Emma, you have to end this now. Scorpios are ruled by Mars, war and betrayal. She'll ruin you." I laughed, thinking it was a joke. "Aunt Clara, it's just a star sign." "Sophie's amazing," Clara shook her head. "The zodiac doesn't lie. Scorpios sting. It's in their nature. Even the ancients knew their trouble." Over the next week, she bombarded me with texts, horoscope screenshots, tales of evil Scorpios from history, and a link to a blog claiming Scorpios were the devil's zodiac. She insisted I bring Sophie to our community book club, where Clara planned to have her vetted by Mrs. Thompson, the town librarian, and her go-to for spiritual advice. I saw my chance. Mrs. Thompson was a Scorpio herself and loved debunking bad astrology. That Thursday, I brought Sophie to the book club at the library, Clara trailing us like a hawk, clutching her worn zodiac guide. During a break, I introduced Sophie to Mrs. Thompson. "Mrs. Thompson, this is my girlfriend, Sophie. Aunt Clara's worried about her being a Scorpio. She thinks it's a bad omen." Clara nodded, launching into her spiel. "Scorpios are vengeful, secretive. The stars warn against them. Emma's too good for that risk." Mrs. Thompson raised an eyebrow, then held up her own hand, revealing a Scorpio tattoo on her wrist. "I'm a Scorpio, Clara. Born November 12th. Been running this library 20 years. Am I cursed too?" Clara froze, her mouth opening and closing like a fish. "You're a Scorpio?" she stammered. Mrs. Thompson smiled, pulling a book from the shelf. "The zodiac's metaphors, Clara, not gospel. Scorpios are intense, sure, but so are Leos. And you never complain about your husband's sign. The Bible's silent on astrology, but it does warn against judging others rashly." She handed Clara a copy of Astrology Myths Debunked. "Read this, might clear things up." Clara stood speechless, her cosmic conspiracy crumbling. Sophie, holding my hand, whispered, "Your aunt's a character." That night, Clara called me, mumbling, "If Mrs. Thompson's a Scorpio, maybe I misjudged." 6 months later, Sophie proposed under a starry November sky, joking, "Hope my Scorpio sting doesn't scare you." I said yes, and Clara sent a grudging congrats text, minus any zodiac warnings.